Could you please stand for our national anthem? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening. On behalf of Western Nevada College family, including faculty, staff, students, and alumni, I welcome you to the college's 39th commencement. This event is the highlight of every academic year as we celebrate the accomplishments of our graduating class. This year, at tonight's ceremony and the one that will be held tomorrow night in Carson City, we are celebrating the accomplishments of over 450 graduates, and we are proud of all of them. This is the largest graduating class in the history of the college. I want to take a moment to introduce some of our distinguished guests from the Nevada System of Higher Education Board of Regents. I am going to ask that Regent Dorothy Gallagher and Regent Ron Knecht stand. And it is my pleasure to ask Regent Gallagher to come to the podium and share a welcome message from the Nevada System of Higher Education Board of Regents.
Good evening. The chairman of the board was supposed to be here tonight and had something come up that he couldn't be here. And I was very glad because I wanted to talk to you anyway. You know, I think the graduates tonight, I always wonder about the choices you're about to make. And I would encourage you to make them very carefully. Because from now on, you're all grown up. But you aren't through learning. At my age, I'm not through learning, so you've got a long ways to go. I think that the fact that you selected the college you selected, I think that you have been so faithful in setting a goal and arriving there. And I think your parents and those who love you and have wanted to see you succeed reached a goal tonight too. Maybe theirs is a monetary goal. Maybe they expect you to go get a job. I don't know. But I know some parents feel that way. But whether you decide to go on further education or you decide that you have enough knowledge to advance in the career that you have already chosen, that's fine. But be sure you set goals. Now tonight, after the partying is over, and after everyone has congratulated you, then you go back to work. And then it's time for you to set another goal for yourself. Because if you don't set a goal, you might accidentally arrive there and you won't even know it. So take it seriously. Set a goal, look forward to accomplishing something. And when you do look forward, be sure that you become involved. There are too many people now who are not involved. Don't let that happen to you, because then you just live half a life instead of a whole one. So tonight, I bring the greetings of the entire board to you. We hope that you are very successful. We want you, even though there are challenges right now, identify the problems and then go after them, because we will survive. And you will go forth and do all the wonderful things we know you're capable of. Good luck, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Regent Gallagher. Regent Gallagher and Regent Connect exemplify the best in public service. They are loyal and faithful friends of this college and its graduates. I want to, in particular, acknowledge Regent Gallagher's 30 years of service as a member of the Nevada System of Higher Education Board of Regents. She has been on the Board of Regents for longer than many of our young graduates have been alive. And we were talking before the commencement about graduation ceremonies at this college, and she has informed me that when she's been a regent, when there's been a commencement in Fallon, she's been here every single time. This marks her final commencement. She is retiring from the Board of Regents this year. And I just want to personally thank her for everything she has done for our college and our students. This event focuses on student achievements, and I'm pleased to introduce Mr. Andy Posen, who is the current president of the Associated Students of Western Nevada, and he will provide the welcome message for the graduates.
Thank you. My name is Andrew Posen, and I'm the outgoing Associated Students of Western Nevada College president. Tonight, we are here to celebrate what each and every one of you has been working towards for at least 2 years. This night marks the end of your college experience here at WNC. I have been in this position for 2 terms. During that time, I have met many people who have taught me many things. Some have shown me what it is to be a leader. Some have guided me on academic and personal levels, and others have inspired me with new ideas. Like many of you, college has been tough in numerous ways. I could have never been in this position and taken the classes I have for the past 2 years without the support of my advisors, my friends, and most importantly, my family. And again, like many of you, this is the end of my time here at WNC. Because my time here is coming to a close, I've spent a lot of time thinking about the end of this chapter in my life and how it relates to what I have done and what I plan to do. In a book, there is a beginning and an end. And in between the beginning and the end, there are chapters. Each chapter has its own beginning and end. Even throughout the chapters, there are various themes, each with its own beginning and end. This is like life. Every person has chapters in their life, starting with birth and ending with death. Education up to your first bachelor's degree can take up to 15 to 16 years. less or more depending on what your goals are. People form their thoughts and convictions and moral values based off of what they learn. We should never stop learning. We should never stop challenging our beliefs, not necessarily to disprove them, but to reinforce them, to confirm what we believe and why we believe it. In the realm of education, with so many different ideas, it provides an atmosphere that is perfect for challenging us and being challenged. Throughout life, one must never stop learning. From the time of birth, we are absorbing information, slowly discovering the world, starting first with our bodies, moving out to the things within reach, with the goal to discover more by touching, tasting, seeing, feeling, and smelling. When we are no longer content with the immediate surroundings, we move away from the cradle, first crawling, then walking, then running. Always exploring, but always returning. Years later, when we are sufficiently equipped with the foundation built on education and a theoretical knowledge on how the world works, we move out, only to discover how much we have yet to learn. Some do well enough, others not so much. They end up moving back for a season, but everyone is constantly learning. Now let's talk about the end of your life. When we have learned and experienced all we can, when our beliefs and convictions are the strongest, how do we want to be remembered? What is the theme throughout our life that is dominant? What set of beliefs or values are most apparent to those around us? I remember hearing of a practical theology seminary instructor who gave a very peculiar assignment on his first day of class. He would walk into class and say, "Here is your first practical theology lesson. Take out a blank piece of paper and write your own obituary notice." And then he would leave the classroom. In addition to this, at the beginning of this current year, one of the faculty members did a workshop for the Associated Students of Western Nevada. The one thing that really stuck out to me was the lesson on personal goal setting. The discussion started with writing a paragraph on what we want out of life, what our goals are. We then had to whittle it down to a sentence of no particular length. Then we were told to take that sentence and compress it into no more than 7 or 8 words. This short sentence is to be what steers your life. Your decisions are based off of this. This faculty member then told us that this is an intensely personal and private thing. Keep in mind that it is not a bad thing to change your goal, but do so only after thinking long and hard about it. The obituary assignment and personal goal should be one and the same. Your goal should be so fundamental to who you are that when you die, it should be evident to those writing your obituary what this goal was. This goal is like the dedication of a book. It influences everything you do, say, think, or feel. So here's my challenge to you. Looking ahead to many years in the future, when you are full of knowledge and experience, when you have done all that you can, how will you have dedicated your life? In what way will people remember you? Will it be as a hero, as a great adventurer, educator, or leader? Or will it be as a loving spouse and parent? How will you dedicate your life? As for me, my obituary will read, "For this man, to live is Christ and to die is gain." Western Nevada College class of 2010, congratulations. Thank you.
Andy, I want to thank you for the significant contributions that you've made to your college during your time as president of the Associated Students. And I also want to thank you for the very thoughtful speech to all of us. Thank you. Academic excellence is one of the values that the Western Nevada College faculty and staff strive to recognize on a regular basis. As part of this process, specific honors designations are noted at commencement. Please join me in welcoming Regent Connect, who will explain the various honors designations recognized during the ceremony.
Thank you, Dr. Lucy, and everyone. And before I move to my appointed remarks, I want to take a brief moment of personal privilege to extend some thank yous and congratulations, of course, to the students, the faculty, and Dr. Lucy's administration. I congratulate you, but I'm sure every student here would tell you they couldn't have made it without parents, families, and friends, all of you out there. So maybe we should give them a hearty round of applause of thanks. And speaking of parents, families, and friends, it almost seems to me like Regent Gallagher has fit all of those roles for every one of us on the board, and I wanted to extend my personal thanks and gratitude and congratulations for a job very well done, Dorothy. God bless. You may have noticed that some of the candidates for graduation are wearing medallions. The medallions are worn by students who have completed at least 45 credits at Western Nevada College and are graduating with the following distinctions. Students graduating summa cum laude have achieved a 3.9 or higher grade point average. Students graduating magna cum laude have achieved a 3.75 to 3.89 grade point average. Students graduating cum laude have achieved a 3.6 to 3.74 grade point average. With those students having earned these academic distinctions, please stand and be recognized.
Congratulations, honors graduates. Now I would like to take a moment to introduce our newly elected president of the Associated Students of Western Nevada. Jason McGill, please come to the podium and introduce our commencement speaker. And congratulations to you, Jason.
Good evening, students and faculty. Let me start off by introducing myself. My name is Jason McGill, and I am the incoming 2010-2011 President of Associate Students of Western Nevada. I want to thank each and every one of you for the opportunity and responsibility that comes with this position. It is a task that I am without a doubt ready for, having been president of student government organizations in the past, including that of my former high school, Silver Stage, in rural Silver Springs, Nevada. Coming from such a small school where everyone was as close as a lot of families are, being involved at Western Nevada College has given me that same joy and sense of fulfillment. And I am anxiously awaiting to take the reins of president and hope lead the Wildcats of Western Nevada to new heights. I want to thank Andy Posen and Ashley Negretti for giving me a solid foundation to work with, and most importantly, I want to thank you, the graduates, because none of this would be possible without you and your hard work. Your years of hard work and dedication will never be forgotten. I wish you all the very best in wherever this crazy world of ours takes you. I will now take this opportunity to introduce our keynote speaker for this evening's ceremony, Mr. Ron Belbin. Ron Belbin was born in Glasgow, Scotland, but has called Fallon his home since 1993. His wife, Diane, was the first Nevadan woman to be admitted to the United States Naval Academy, and this brought him to the Naval Air Station in Fallon, and he and his family stayed on after she separated from the service. He first came on to the WNC campus in 1994, with the goal of taking 6 education credits to become a substitute teacher. But he found that he enjoyed the classes so much he enrolled full-time. In his second semester, he began tutoring in the Academic Skills Center, teaching classes in ESL, which he remembers as one of his best teaching experiences. He also taught English classes both at UNR and on the Fallon campus of Western Nevada College. He is currently enrolled in a Master of Library Science program and will graduate in December 2010. He continues to work in the Beck Library, where he enjoys the many interactions with students that occur every day. Mr. Ron Belden.
Thank you. Before I begin, I've always enjoyed working at Western, and I'm really impressed this evening because President Lucy knew how nervous I was to stand in front of you, and she particularly laid on that Highland band, those pipers just for me. So thank you, President Lucy. President Lucy, honored guests, distinguished faculty, friends and families, they did it. Congratulations, Western Nevada College class of 2010. There are only 2 things between you and your degree: 15 foot of stage and this speech. I've never had so much power. As you know, I work in the library, and I have the honor of watching many of our students as they go through the program. And I've seen that you have all experienced those inevitable moments of doubt, those moments when you thought you would never get there, but you've persevered, and you've achieved your goal. You've spent hours in class, hours in labs, and hours on computers. You've taken quizzes, tests, and exams. You've written and read and reflected, and you're here now. But can you remember the day it all started? How it felt when you made the decision to come back to college, maybe after a lengthy break, or perhaps when you left the familiarity of your high school campus and came onto the college campus for the first time. Perhaps your first thought was that you couldn't do it, that it wasn't for you, that the work would be too difficult, that your life was just too busy without throwing in 10-page papers, problem sets, and lab reports. Second thoughts may have come close to stopping you. Perhaps you had sticky palms and racing heart, as I do now, as you read that first class syllabus. But you overcame those and many other obstacles to arrive here this evening. How you have changed in that process. You're accomplished, confident, focused, ready to embrace new challenges. And while you have been working hard, there have been many changes taking place around you. Many of these changes have been difficult for us all to deal with. The economy has suffered more than at any time in the past 70 years, and we have been exposed to great uncertainty and concern about the future. But even among those many crises that the country has seen in the last 2 years, you have persevered. And despite the troubled times, you have been successful. While others were distracted and predicted disaster, you forged ahead. And even in these hard times, you have succeeded through your determination and your hard work. But many other changes have been less problematic. The word social has taken on a whole new meaning in the past few years. We now have social media, the wonderful world of the web, the so-called cloud of information. It's no longer enough to have a computer hooked up to a telephone line and a clunky 20th century modem. Does anyone remember AOL and that dial-up noise it made? You still use AOL? We now have Wi-Fi almost everywhere, and taking a call on your cell phone is the least it can do. There is 3G and 4G and streaming video and downloadable everything, GPS, and more than I can cope with. There are iTouches, iPhones, iTunes, iMovies? Who needs a TV, radio, or newspapers? So 20th century. And of course, we have the new iPad. Now, there is a magnificent piece of technology. It will do it all for you. Movies, messaging, it'll keep you connected. You could even turn the virtual pages in your virtual book so that you could get the whole reading experience. But I think what was really amazing about the iPad was that in the worst economy in generations, in the face of horrific unemployment, there were still lines around the block in New York waiting for that Apple store to open so that folks could be the first to buy one or even more of these iPads. Another sign of our age that has come into its own while you have been writing papers and taking tests is the advent of microblogging and Twitter. On Twitter, we can describe our lives to the ever-watching world in 140 characters at a time. We can announce to the world that we are heading to the mall, and by the time we get there, the mall has responded with a welcoming message directing us to the nearest sales. We can now spend more time texting, tweeting, and posting on Facebook and MySpace, describing what we're doing than actually spending the time doing it. And sometimes, just sometimes, it might take a priority. If you're like me, you found yourself texting and posting to Facebook when you should have been doing something else, like I should have been writing a speech. We may laugh about Twitter, but it's now. It's of the people, and it's fun. And only recently it was announced that Twitter founder Jack Dorsey is donating billions, yes, billions with a B, of the tweets, the messages, to the Library of Congress. So if you've used Twitter, you can be sure that your efforts are now amongst some very interesting company. The Declaration of Independence, a Gutenberg Bible, first editions by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Heady company indeed. It might just make you think twice about that message. I'm enjoying a big old burrito. And it's interesting to think about scholars in the 22nd century working their way through all those many messages. Will they think that the sum total of Western civilization in the first 10 years of the 21st century amounted to bad spelling and emoticons? It makes you wonder where it will go and just how much you can tweet. I mean, how about Shakespeare? Shakespeare seems to have been made for almost all situations. Let's see. To be or not to be? That is the question. Becomes to be not to be question mark, question mark, question mark. And the next line, whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer slings and arrows of outrageous fortune and by opposing end them, becomes, who knows? Twitter has been described as one of the most informative resources available on modern day culture, including economic and political trends as well as consumer behavior and social trends. If it's happening, it's on Twitter. Change indeed is all around us, but sometimes change gets a very bad rap. Fear of change is nothing new, and it often becomes political and unfortunately polarizing. But this is a country that is built on change and on innovation. If it were not, then you would all sound like me. The world moves fast and opportunities may show themselves only briefly when you least expect them. Who knew that Twitter would become what it is now? Apparently not Jack Dorsey when he posted his first message. At 12:50 p.m. on March 21st, 2006, he posted, "Just setting up my Twitter." Come on, surely he could have done better than that. But although that he may not have been aware of the significance of the moment at the time, he was prepared for change. He was actively seeking change. And when it came, he was ready. Change is part of the human condition, and those who are open to change often find that they are wildly successful. Just ask Steve Jobs and the iPad. By completing your degree, you have brought about change. By focusing on the future, while many were caught up with the present and comparisons with the past, you have succeeded while others have struggled to maintain the status quo. Think again back to that first class and how much you have changed. You have shown yourselves to be ready and enthusiastic for change, and that, I am sure, will bring you success and allow you to contribute to your communities as leaders, as teachers, and as healers. Never lose that openness to change, and never forget where it all started. Well done, class of 10. You guys rock.
Thank you, Ron, for a delightful commencement speech and for everything you do for our students. We will now recognize the degree candidates, so I'd like to ask Professor Strange to step forward to the mic.
Debbie Campbell, Associate of Applied Sciences, Accounting, Associate of Applied Sciences, General Business, Phi Theta Kappa. Danielle Christine Reel, Associate of Applied Science, General Business, Summa Cum Laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Kathleen R. Hurley, Associate of Applied Science, Criminal Justice, Associate of General Studies, Cum Laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Congratulations. Ray Jean McNulty, Associate of Applied Science, General Business, Phi Theta Kappa. Scott Hutchings, Associate of Science, Mathematics, Cum Laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Ms. Melanie Ann Black, Associate of Arts, Fine Arts, Phi Theta Kappa. Victor M. Feston, Associate of Arts, Cum Laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Sean Busey, Associate of Arts, Summa Cum Laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Zachary Jacobs, Associate of Arts. Tina M. Davis, Associate of Arts, Magna Cum Laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Jessica Lynn Rosa, Associate of Arts, Phi Theta Kappa. Sherilyn S. Siegel, Associate of General Studies. Trina K. Weiss, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education. Danielle Wright, Associate of Applied Science, Accounting, Summa Cum Laude. Curtis C. Moeller, Associate of Arts, Associate of General Studies. Kyle Wayne Crowley, Associate of Science, Geosciences. Angel Raymond, Associate of Applied Science, Accounting, Magna Cum Laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Tammy Leanne Abshire, Associate of Arts, Criminal Justice, Magna Cum Laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Tracy L. Roberts, Associate of Arts, Phi Theta Kappa. Troy Cheryl Hall, Associate of Arts. Donna L. Johnson, Associate of General Studies, Phi Theta Kappa. Callie L. Hancock, Associate of Applied Science, Accounting. Nathaniel B. Chitwood, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. Tiffany Mora, Associate of General Studies. Robbie Charles Sanchez, Associate of Science, Engineering Science. Thank you. Eileen. Thank you. Renee Eileen Lewis, Associate of Arts. Brad L. Sumner, Associate of General Studies, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Louis,
Cote.
thank you. Louis J. Cote, Associate of General Studies. Jennifer Renee Lawyer, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing, Phi Theta Kappa. Amanda M. Leone, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing, Phi Theta Kappa. Molly D. Frost, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. Cami Desiree Humphrey, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. Crystal M. McNally, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. Marcy Marie Bisnet, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. Lindy Jo Gardner, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. Thank you. Valeska M. Rickle, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. Lori Shoba, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing, summa cum laude. Sandy Churchill, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. Tiffany Rose Macy, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. Jenny Dwyer, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. Thank you. Candace C. Baranchia, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. Congratulations to the graduates. Let's give them a big hand.
Western Nevada College and Nevada State College have a partnership that allows students to earn a bachelor's degree and prepares them for certification as elementary school teachers without ever leaving the Western Nevada service area. I'm pleased to introduce Dr. Leslie DeMar, who is the provost of Western Nevada State, Nevada State College, who will award her graduates tonight their bachelor's degree. And Jim, would you recognize them? Come forward.
Kevin Wickware, Bachelor of Arts in Elementary Education. Cheryl Veneraci, Bachelor of Arts in Elementary Education, magna cum laude. And congratulations to these graduates.
Dr. DeMar, if you would join me, and I'd like to ask all the graduates to stand, and we will do the conferral of degrees. By virtue of the laws of the state of Nevada and the authority vested in us by the Board of Regents, we confer upon those fulfilling the appropriate requirements, the respective degrees and certificates recommended by the faculty of the college, with all of the rights, privileges, and obligations belonging thereto. Congratulations. Now, if you haven't already done so, you may move your tassel on your mortarboard from the right to the left. You now join thousands of Western Nevada College graduates who have gone before you. We're proud of every single one of you, and we wish you the best for the future. Although you've graduated today, it is our hope that you never really leave your college. Thank you, graduates, for spending some time with us. A college is more than classroom, books, and buildings. And by the way, you may sit down now because I'm going to take a liberty to talk to you a minute. A college is more than classrooms, books, buildings. It's people, and people working together for better educational opportunities for all of our students. We hope that because of your experiences at our campuses during the past few years, your ties with the college will last you a lifetime, and your ties with one another will also be strong. Congratulations to each of you on a well-done job. And now it's time also for me to thank the family and friends of the graduates who supported you as you achieved this goal. We all know that our family and friends are important to the accomplishment that you earned tonight. Thank you, parents. Thank you, husbands, wives, children, and all of you out there who have a special person on the stage tonight. Thank you for encouraging them and for giving them the guidance to complete their goals. I would now like to congratulate and thank one other group which has played a critical role in the success of these graduates during their program of studies. These are the individuals represented by Ron, who are the exceptional faculty who are committed to our students' success. I'd like to ask our faculty to stand, and I'd like to clap for them to recognize their accomplishment and your accomplishment. Thank you, faculty. It is now time to close the 2010 commencement ceremony at Western. We ask that the graduates stand while the stage party and the faculty recess. We will all wait, by the way, until your guys, the pipers, right, till the pipers join us. And then they will situate themselves at the front of stage. And then following these exercises, we'd like all of you to join us in the lobby for a reception honoring all of our graduates, their families and friends. The reception, by the way, is sponsored by the Associated Students of Western Nevada. I therefore declare the 2010 Western Nevada College Commencement Ceremony officially at an end and invite the pipers to start the recessional.